That's a bike, and that's Sanur Beach. And we're renting a bike today and going along foreshore. All right, let's get a bike. How much does it cost for a bike?
40,000 1 hour.
40,000?
Yes.
I'll give you 20,000 for 1 hour. 2 bikes. This one and this one? 20,000 each hour.
Huh? One bicycle 25.
How about 2 hours, 2 bikes? 80,000 for everything.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we got a couple of bikes for 2 hours, 80,000. I don't know if that's a good deal or not. That's an old, shitty old bike. But it's a bit faster than walking, so that's why we got it, because we want to go today probably about 5Ks up and down here, have a look around. Over the years, the cycling situation along the beachfront has changed. Up until about the middle of last year, I think it was, there was electric bikes along this beachfront. They were extremely popular, but really controversial as well. A lot of people complained they were dangerous and that people were getting hit by them. Pedestrians were getting hit by them because they're so fast, those electric bikes. So now they've reverted back to just the pedal powered ones. And you can still get a pretty good pace up as well. Like, you know, you can get from one end to the other pretty quickly. Like, you can probably get it from all the way from Pantai Mertasari up to Matahari Turbit, probably within, I don't know, 10 minutes if you're flying. For the average person, probably going to take about 20 minutes. But if you do it in a cruisy pace, I mean, you can spend hours. I've just rented this for 2 hours, because I'm going to have a bite to eat as well. And it's a really relaxing way to see the beachfront without having to walk all those hours in the heat, which can be really draining. So if you're not really keen on walking, get on the bicycle and ride it. One thing that's changed over the years is that they've separated the bikes from the pedestrians in certain spots. Like in this spot here, they tell you to go to the right. Now, not everyone follows those instructions, but generally they do. And it just makes things safer for everyone. And in other parts, they've just widened the path. So when it comes back together here, this is a much wider path than it used to be. So it's really cool. So even though the path is divided and it's quite wide in a lot of spots, it's still a shared path in much of the journey. So I guess the point you need to make is that people need to respect each other. You know, I see some people coming around on the bikes, flying down here and sort of beeping their bells or whatever and expecting people to move out of the way. This is a shared area, so both pedestrians and cyclists can come along here and enjoy themselves. So it means when you're in the bike, don't fly along unless there's no other people around. Because the risk of like running into someone is pretty real, especially when it's busy. You know, you don't want to be flying around the corner and then ploughing into one of the staff coming out of one of these restaurants. I come running along this path quite regularly, and the number of times I've nearly been bowled over by people who just won't give way or won't stop because they're going a bit too fast on the bike. And the thing is, even though you can go fast on these bikes and get from one end to the other real quick, I think it's nicer just cruising around anyway. I mean, I'm probably going, I don't know, 15k an hour at the moment, maybe 20 if I'm lucky, and that's plenty fast enough for me, you know. I can still get down to Pantai Mertasari pretty quickly. I can get up the other end pretty quickly if I need to, you know. It's heaps faster than walking and much easier, but you're not going to be bowling anyone over at these speeds. And man, it's just cruisy and relaxing. I love it. Ya, lewat dulu ya. Now let's talk about the technicalities of renting these bikes. I've paid 20,000 per hour for 2 bikes for 2 hours, and I've had to negotiate. And the dude opened up at 40,000 per hour per bike, and that means you can probably get the bike cheaper than what I got it for, and you definitely can pay a lot more. So you've just got to negotiate, be happy with the price you've got, and then go for it. Also, don't expect like a bike from the Tour de France or something like that. These bikes get a lot of use, so they're not great. You'd be lucky to even have pumped up tyres, I reckon. So we've just ridden down from, we started at Pantai Karang and now we're at Pantai Mertasari, which is about 2.5 k's if I'm not wrong. And that only took 20 minutes. 20 minutes back to where we were, so that's 40 minutes. We might have a bite to eat. So an hour is probably pretty good, but to have the best experience, I reckon you probably do a couple of hours, 2 hours, cruising up and down, have a few snacks along the way. So I rented here from the Happy Bar down at Pantai Karang, and 2 hours on the bike is actually about the perfect amount of time for me. And today we're pretty lucky because it was a cool day, a bit breezy as well, which is really nice. So highly recommend getting on a bike. It's a great way to see a bit more of the beach than you might ordinarily be able to if you're walking it. So get on the bike, visit some of the locals, stop into some of the bars maybe, have a few little snacks, and bring the bike back. It's a great way to spend an afternoon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to keep up to date with all things Sanur. I'll catch you next time.